Did you guys see the signs of the dam cracking with Darvin Ham? Did you hear his quote about Laker fans need to not care so much about every game and understand that it's a marathon?
Yeah, listen, bro. When I saw that dude say, I was 16 being a pallbearer for my 16-year-old best friend, this is nothing. I was like, this might not be good for anyone anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like once you go that route where you're just leaning on how you work through trauma to tell people that you're, built for everything that's coming your way, it's like, okay, you might be, but this might not be the situation for you anymore, dude. Like, I just don't know where the Lakers are at. Ham is obviously not the guy for the job, right? That's apparent. But I don't know who you bring in. I don't know if maybe there's someone on that bench, an assistant who can, kind of see what Ham wasn't seeing. But it's just not a good situation for anybody over there right now.
Bring in Ty Lue. I don't give a fuck.
He got them Clippers hooping.
I don't give a fuck.
And we was clowning, bro. He figured it out. He cracked the code.
And they done won 17 out of the last 19 or something ridiculous shit like that.
Crazy.
I feel like as we're recording, the Lakers are up 3 with 5 minutes left. If we win the game, we get Ty Lue.
Tell him to pack his shit and move fucking 300 feet over to the other side.
To the bigger office.
Yeah, to the bigger fucking office.
Yeah, man. I love Darvin Ham's story. It's a great off-season story. Like coaches' backgrounds and their life perspective and stuff. That's a great off-season story for this is the right dude to be leading the team. When you are the coach of, with all due respect to the 25 teams in the league that are not the premier, you have fans at road games franchises. You are the coach of the Lakers. Yes, these motherfuckers care about everything. They booed Kobe. They don't care. They want to win every game. You can't lose 6 games out of 7 and then be like, fans care too much. You're not being compensated to be the coach of the Hornets. You are the coach of the Lakers. And I get real Republican roundball about that shit. Like y'all getting paid the same every game. The fans give a huge fuck, bro. These are the Lakers. They have 50 million fans. It's not that mid-tier between a premier NBA franchise and college basketball. It is you are at the top of the top. It's great that you're there, but what comes with that, with having Braun and AD on the team, is that everyone is watching and talking about you all the fucking time. And if you don't like that, it's what Tyler said. That's not the job for you then, bro. Because people do live and die with every single one of those games. And I might not even disagree that it's to an unhealthy extent, but you can't say you're not aware of that when you took the job as the Lakers head coach. Come on, bro. What are you saying right now?
Yeah, I am. Go ahead, John.
No, I was just saying, I believe even if you're the coach of Charlotte, you don't say that. It's not your place to say that shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, to a degree, I agree with the statement. It's not supposed to come from you, bro. And like you said, when you took that job, you knew what time it was. So, I mean, we knew it was time for him to, probably shake. Now we for sure know.
Right. Yeah. That's a statement for LeJethro Jenkins, a.k.a. John, to make. Not for Darvin Ham
to y'all.
Make after a loss.
I wouldn't even make that on Twitter. Y'all care too much. It ain't my business, nigga. You feel me? I don't even, right. I'm gonna say to y'all, we gotta chill out. Let's calm down, guys. It's the middle of the season. You feel me? We caring too much. We stressing ourselves out. You know what I mean? I'm not the head of the Lakers telling fans that's crazy. Ridiculous.
And the whole thing is, bro, you've got 39-year-old Bron there. We don't have time to try to figure this shit out and see what works and all that shit and lose as we learn and get a fucking 9 seed and have to work our way up through the toughest portion of the bracket and shit. It's not time for the learning experience, shit here. If you have, like I said, you've got 39-year-old Bron and you can't do the whole, we're taking this game by game. Sometimes we're going to lose and that's an experience. You better figure shit out very quickly.
Bro, he said people need to understand it's a marathon. How much further do you expect that man to run, bro?
He's been running for 20 years. He's been running since 2003.
He's ran more than anybody has ever ran before. You know what I mean?
No. And that's the whole thing. You can't say it's a marathon, bro. You have to say, okay, we figured out some shit to maximize how we can keep this guy running at the optimal speed that he can run. You know, fuck that. It's a marathon shit. No, bro, you need. He's just not the right guy for the job. And I don't know who the fuck is. I don't have answers on that regard, but it ain't him.
Braun. Hire Braun.
Braun, me and Braun. Whatever you want to do, Braun.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me, buddy.
Braun can't be the GM anymore, but he could be the coach. You know what I mean?
As fans, what do y'all expect, though? Do y'all want somebody that maximizes, or do y'all think Braun still got another chip in him? Like, are y'all expecting chip time, Braun? Or y'all expect just the best Braun we can get for the rest of Braun's career?
I'm still leaning on the basketball we saw during that in-season tournament. I know that because like I'm saying, it wasn't an anomaly. Like I said, that was 2020 basketball those Lakers were playing. We have seen
a hard way to win, but that was a hard way to win, and we spoke to that too. It's a hard way to win when it's defense.
I don't even think it's an IST. I think you got two of the top 10. Like, whose second best player is better than Braun or AD?
Yeah.
So like, and those windows, especially when one of them is a 7 foot tall player, one of them is 39 years old. You don't know how long that window's open.
And both of them have been injury prone too.
Yes,
like over the last few years. And
it's not a marathon. It's not a marathon. It's like in the next 6 months, you have the hardest thing to get, the top end talent. You got to figure the rest of it out to take a real shot. And if you don't, the three of us will be fucking 65 talking to our grandkids about, can you believe they had Braun and AD looking like two of the top 6 players, two of the top 5 players in the league, and they didn't figure it out? Like, I will be mad about that shit forever, bro.
I mean, I get all of that. I'm just saying, y'all expect, like, I think at the last 3 playoffs, one or both of them has been hurt because, Braun's old and AD's AD. And y'all still want a chip? Y'all still think a chip? Y'all still thinking chip?
Yes.
Wow, bro.
Okay, I'm not thinking it. I'm not thinking it. I'm saying no.
Braun degenerates.
I'm not saying it's going to happen, but
right.
Listen, if you have that duo, you absolutely are a championship team with the right pieces and the right coaching.
Yeah. No. I'm not saying I'm expecting it. It's what Tyler said. I'm saying it's inexcusable to not actually go as hard as you can for it, given what you have right now.
So what do you guys think happens first? A trade or Darvin Ham gets fired?
Both.
Which happens first? Both are going to happen, I think. But
I think a trade happens before Darvin Ham gets fired.
Yeah, you gotta bring a coach in who knows exactly what he's working with. I figure that, right? Like you owe your new coach that. You owe your new coach knowing the ingredients he has to fucking cook with.
I think they fucked up when they got rid of Frank Vogel, bro.
I completely agree with you. I was a big Frank Vogel fan.
The issue was getting them bringing Westbrook in, and that's not anti-Westbrook. It just wasn't a good fit, and they blamed it on Frank, and he took the fall, and he wasn't the issue, bro.
He also was not, from my understanding of the situation, including some behind-the-scenes shit. He was not politically. He did not have the political stomach for handling that situation in a way that would have preserved his job. He was like, "Fuck this. That's the dude who wanted to get Russ, not me. I'm not gonna baby Russ's feelings," and like he just couldn't, and I understand that because he's coming off a championship.
You feel me? Yeah.
So I get that, but I to me, and I always say this when people ask like, what do you value in a coach? Every game and every series that Vogel was coaching, I felt like the Lakers had a better matchup against the opponent as the season went on, or as the series went on.
And he knew what he wasn't good at.
They play the Blazers. Yes, they play the Blazers. Dame goes off in the first game. They turn the water off. Right, it was every series felt like that. That adjustments were being made that had that shut down the best scorer on the other team.
And he knew what he wasn't good at, and he got assistance, and his ego didn't prevent him from getting good assistance to help him in the places where he needed help. You know what I mean? Like I've always felt like that, but I turned into a white. I've always felt like that. I turned into a Karen right quick.
They could have had Ty Lue.
They could have had
Ty motherfucking Lue.
They could have had Ty Lue, but they only offered him 3 years instead of the standard 5-year contract.
But I think that comes back to Braun because they've
done it to themselves, guys.
They put Ty Lue on the Braun timeline there, right? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you reap what you sow at times, and I feel like that snub right there is It's kind of on Bron, but
And I also feel like people thought Ty Lue won that chip because of Bron, not Ty Lue. And I understand that, but also Ty Lue was proven to be solid. We saw what was going on before Ty Lue came there. When they had old boy and that motherfucking in the Cavs, they looked nothing like that.
Yeah.
You can't say there wasn't
remember,
a notable difference when Ty Lue was a coach.
Who was homie they had who's in Europe now? I forget his fucking
The
name.
Europe nigga. We don't need to
The
know his
Europe
name.
nigga.
We know,
Okay.
the Europe
David
nigga.
Blatt.
You feel me?
David Blatt. That's it. But yeah, I remember reading like a verbal. I remember reading like a verbal history on the whole Ty Lue becoming the head coach thing there, and they said there was a moment in the film room. And this happened all the time, they said, right? Where Bron had fucked up and David Blatt just kind of glazed over. And Tyler was like, no, rewind that. And he got on Bron's ass in front of everybody.
Right,
and
yes.
He said, yeah. And then they said that was when like players knew that Ty Lue was somebody who was going to hold people accountable. And that's what you got to do, bro. Superstar or not, you got to hold motherfuckers accountable. You can't be ridiculous with it because that'll get your ass fired. But you at least have to show people that you are willing to get on your star. Yeah, that you're willing to get on your star player's ass too if need be.
Right.
College football fans, the championship is here, and DraftKings Sportsbook is making sure you can throw down on the epic showdown for a shot at big bucks. New customers can score $150 instantly in bonus bets for betting $5 on the championship game.
No SEC schools in the championship is wild, but it should be a fun one. On DraftKings right now, Michigan is a 4.5-point favorite, and the over-under is set at 55.5.
Download the app now and use code Jenkins, Jenkins. New customers can score $150 instantly in bonus bets for betting just $5 on college football. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code Jenkins. The crown is yours.